Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Cocinando con Rosy. On today's episode, we are going to be doing a caldo de res. Simple, easy, and especially right now when it's cold. But let's get ahead and get started with the ingredients. So for the ingredients, we're going to be needing stew meat. We're also going to be needing lots of veggies. So the veggies I'm using today are, we're going to be using some calabaza. We're going to be using chayote. We're going to be using carrots. We're going to be using a repollo, and we are going to be using potatoes. Now the amount of veggies that you want to use is according to how big of a cacerola you're going to be doing of the caldo. So for me personally, I'm using 4 carrots, 3 potatoes, 1 repollo, 3 calabazas, and 3 chayotes. We're also going to be needing salt. We're going to be using a little bit of tomato sauce, but this is optional. You do not have to use it if you don't want to. I'm just going to be adding about less than a third of a cup of tomato sauce. And we are also going to be using nor consomé de pollo. So first, what we want to do is clean our meat. So first, whenever I get my meat, I always like to clean it. So after we're done cleaning our meat, I'm going to go ahead and put it in my cacerola and cover all my meat plus a little extra water with covering the meat and the cacerola. But let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. So I just cleaned my meat and now I covered all my meat with water, and I added a little bit more, that way it can look that it has enough water. So but what's gonna happen is now I'm going to turn on my stove. I'm gonna put it at about 5-4, and now it's going to be, we're gonna let it boil. You go ahead and add your salt as much as you want, however much flavor you want to add to it. But then also we're gonna remember that a lot of the fat is going to boil up and it's gonna cover most of the top right here. So with the fat, and I'll show you guys in a bit once this boils, you're gonna want to take out all the fat that's going to have all the excess fat that's going to be floating on top of here. But let's go ahead and wait for this to boil, and I'll go ahead and show you guys how I remove it. While the meat is cooking, we're gonna go ahead and cut all our veggies. I'm gonna start with the carrots. Just all the excess fat that is floating on top from the meat. We want to go ahead and get all the fat from on top. And we're gonna do this until all the fat is removed and you see the water clear again. It's okay to also get water, because if you feel that your caldo needs water, then you can go ahead and just add more. You just want to get all that excess fat. So you will repeat the step of taking off all the fat until the meat is almost thoroughly cooked. And at this time, since our water is getting ready to boil, we are going to go ahead and add salt to our meat. And salt is depending on how much salt you want to add on your tasting. You can go ahead and add some, then give it a try. If it needs more, go ahead and add it. You can also add your consomme during this step. I'm gonna go ahead and add consomme as well. Give it a stir. Okay, so now that our meat is boiling, and our meat, I picked on it with a fork, it is kind of soft. Now we are going to add all the veggies in. So once we're done putting all our veggies in, the last thing we want to put in is our cabbage, because the cabbage cooks way quicker than other veggies. So we'll be back when all the veggies are almost cooked so we can add our cabbage. So it's been about 30 minutes, guys, and I added my cabbage. And now we're just waiting for the cabbage to go ahead and get cooked in there along with the other veggies. Make sure they're soft, and then we'll be back to see the finished product of our caldo de res. So my caldo is ready now, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the stove, and we are just gonna go ahead and check, excuse the humo. We're just gonna go ahead and check all the veggies, and if you guys can just smell this, this is one caldo de res full of flavor. And we can see here the chayote, the papa, we see here the repollo. Que rico. And now I'm gonna go ahead and plate this. And with my caldo de res, what I usually do, I usually make my red rice, and I love putting some red rice inside my caldo. So I'm gonna go ahead and plate it, and I'll show you guys the end result. Stay tuned. So the caldo de res is ready, guys, and I'm going to put a little bit of tapatio on my caldo. And you can also put lemon, that's up to you. And we're gonna go ahead and give this caldito a try. Just mix the tapatio in real quick. Get a little bit of this. The flavor is on point. A little bit of zanahoria. We're gonna get a little bit of meat now. And the meat, ooh. You know the meat is really cooked when you can just break off a piece of meat like that with your spoon. And this is really hot, guys. Perfect. So go ahead and let me know if you guys try out this recipe. So thank you guys for tuning in with Cocinando con Rosy. I really hope you guys do try this caldo de pollo recipe. And if you haven't done so already, like my videos and subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can stay tuned and to see when I post another video. And thank you guys. Bye.